Hey everyone, welcome to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. And what are we talking about tonight? The Xbox Ally. That's right. The Xbox Ally price has been revealed, and the pre-order is available. So we'll go over this. It's on Variety. So where we found this article here. So there's the Ally. Look at it. Look how pretty that is. So I do like these these handhelds. Every time I go to Best Buy, I always play with them because they're just fun. They're there and they're fun to play with. But I wouldn't buy one, but I think it's cool. So Microsoft has set the prices for the new Xbox Ally handheld gaming consoles, revealing that the premium version will run customers nearly $1,000. Made in partnership with the Taiwanese computer electronics manufacturer Asus, the ROG Ally or Xbox Ally has been priced at $599.99 in the US, and the ROG Xbox Ally X, the upgraded edition of the console, will cost $1,000. The Ally X will be a Best Buy exclusive when it comes to third-party retailers outside of Microsoft and Asus stores, while the regular Ally will also be available for purchase at Amazon, Ant Online, and Walmart. Additionally, Microsoft and Asus have announced the US specific promotion that will allow customers to pre-order through the Asus shop to be automatically entered to a sweepstakes for the opportunity to win a bundle that includes the following. With 10 winners selected, you get the sticks at Iron. I don't know how you say that. External SSD, some Ricky Tikky Tavi controller, the ROG Centro wireless earbuds, the Bulwark TV dock, and the Ally 2-in-1 premium case. Oh boy. So if you're outside the US and Europe, it's $599 or $899 for the X. In the UK, it's $499 and $799 in pounds. Euros here. Australia, it's $1,599 Australian bucks. I don't know. What is theirs called? What is
the Australian dollar? It's the
Australian dollar? Okay.
Yep.
And then Australia bucks. For the non-X and 9, how does that work out? Is that a mistype there? That's cheaper for the X version?
I don't know. That's probably a mistype.
It must be a mistype. So I'm assuming it's probably $17.99, I would assume. Or maybe even higher than that. I don't know. But in Canadian dollars, it's $812.99 respectively. Now, the pre-orders are already, I don't know what this guy's talking about. The pre-orders are already out, and the pre-orders are already out of stock.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was unexpected.
Unexpected for me too. They are already out of stock. I think they're still in stock. I think the X, which is the most expensive one, I think that one's out of stock 100%. And I believe the cheaper one is almost out of stock.
Wow.
I think from last time I looked at it, I can't remember where it was at, but from Microsoft, I think they said on their official site, it was out of stock completely, but you could still get some of them through Asus's website. But yeah, it basically went on pre-order and went out of stock almost immediately, which means
Scalpers.
Well, scalpers, and for anybody that's not a scalper, it doesn't matter what the price is; they'll pay for it anyway. I mean, respectively, though. I mean, I don't know did we get the specifics on the tech inside of these two machines?
I thought we did get a tech spec on them.
Okay. I don't know how they compare to the Legion Go, because you got the Legion Go 2.
Mm-hmm.
That also went, or is either on, you can either pre-order it or it's coming soon to pre-order. And that one is more expensive. I would assume it's I was trying to find the prices for it because I saw the prices for those. They have two different versions as well.
So the Legion 2 appears to have more memory. It's got like 8 gigs more, or yeah, it's 8 gigs more memory. So instead of 24, it's 32. The Legion Go 2 has a larger screen, 8.8 versus the 7-inch. And it's supposed to do 1200p instead of 1080p OLED. with 144 hertz with BRR, where the Ally X is only 120 hertz with BRR. And the Legion Go 2 has up to 2 terabytes of storage, whereas the Ally X is only 1 terabyte. So smaller battery in the Legion Go 2, that's the only difference. So it looks like you get a larger OLED display, higher max RAM and VRAM, and it also has detachable controllers.
Yeah. So go with the Legion Go 2 if you're going to buy.
Are they the same price?
No.
Oh,
so depending on, so they have 4 different variations, because I just found the 4 different variations they have.
Okay.
They have 1,099 for the lower end, which is 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte. They have the 1,200. I'm just going to not do the 99 crap. 1,200, which is 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD. So you just get an upgrade of the RAM for another $100. They have the Z2 Extreme processor, 32 gigs of RAM and the 1 terabyte SSD for 1,350. And then they have the Z2 Extreme, 32 gigs of RAM and 2 terabytes of storage for 1,480.
Yeah. It looks like the ROG Ally X is running the AMD Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme processor. So on their model. So that's on the Ally X. That's on the Ally X. I didn't look up the regular
not the regular one?
Yeah, I was just comparing the Ally X versus the Go 2 because they're most comparable to each other.
Yeah, because the Legion Go is also running the Ryzen Z2 Extreme on their more expensive versions, and then just the Ryzen Z2 on the other lesser expensive.
So, I mean, it just depends, right? It sounds like if you want OLED and you want, 1200p, because the screen is 8 by 8 inches, 1920 by 1200 versus the 700 1920 by 1080, obviously, right? So if you want the larger screen and OLED, the Legion Go 2 is the better deal. I'm torn on handhelds. I'm not a handheld fan.
Right.
And when I try to look at this from a perspective of what kind of PC can I get for that cost, right? For $1,000, I can get a decent gaming PC, but if I don't have the monitor, I'm already at a disadvantage, right? If I don't have a, you can get a 1080p monitor cheap, but if I don't have a 1440, because I'm going to say 1440p is pretty much the standard, average entry level monitor these days,
and an OLED at that, right?
Yeah, and an OLED at that. Then I'm already behind the curve, right? I can spend $1,000 in my PC and get close to these specs, but then I'm out. I don't have the peripheral monitors and stuff like that I need to continue. So I'm torn. Because all I would do with this thing is dock it to my TV.
Right. And they can dock. So, if
you got to buy the extra dock for the...
You have to buy the dock, right? But if you're looking for like a cheap computer, you know what I'm saying?
That's going to have...
you could just dock and play games on. That would be a hell of a way to... I mean, that's a nice machine for the price.
And on the go, right? Because what I look at, too, is like, I'll use Shane's perfect example. Shane I don't remember what brand he got. Was it iBuyPower or was one of those brands like
Cyber? Yeah.
But he spent like $800 on it, and it's a darn decent PC. And it came with everything he needed. The monitor was a little bit, whatever, but you can always upgrade the monitor later for $200.
Yeah, which he did. He upgraded the monitor later on. So.
For $800, I could probably find a decent 1440p monitor for $200-300, right? So to me, I'm like, I'll just go buy one of these pre-built cyber powered PCs or something and get this. I don't know. I'm a little torn. Like I said, I am very torn because I'm not really a fan of handhelds, but handhelds do something I can't do with my desktop. I can't take it with me. So
And if you ever go to Best Buy, I mean, they usually have the models sitting out there that you can play with, and they are fun. I usually play with them when I go in there. Just because it's something to do while I'm looking at crap.
And the weird thing too is that the Ally X, does it have it doesn't have the offset sticks, does it? I think the Legion 2 Go did. I couldn't remember if the Ally X is, they're offset. Never mind, they're offset. So
yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I mean the only difference is the only difference is like the I mean, from the Xbox version is just the Xbox theme on it, right? Otherwise, it's just an Ally, which I think is an upgraded version of the Ally. So it's the Ally 2 in a sense. It's just partnered with Xbox or partnered with Microsoft, so now it's an Xbox branded Ally.
And I'll be honest, I've been a little disenfranchised with Microsoft Xbox here lately. Are they going to do what Steam does? And they're going to be like, is this Ally X compatible? You know, are they going to do something like that on their storefront? I wonder. You know, because like Steam, you go onto Steam and you're like, can I play this on my Steam Deck? And they're like,
right,
it works with Steam Deck. And you're like, cool. Are they going to do something very similar? Or are they just going to be like, oh, this won't play on your Steam Deck. You need to stream it, right? Or this won't play on your Ally X. You need to stream it from my, because Microsoft's really big into pushing their whole streaming game service.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that will work on there.
I think Steam did like the best you could ever do with a handheld as far as like integrating it into an ecosystem where they're like, hey, this works with the Steam Deck, compatible with Steam Deck, you know. So you're looking at a game, you're like, okay, I can or can't play this. Do I want to get it if I have a Steam Deck? Because there's, if you're somewhat techy and you understand system specs, you don't run that risk of buying something that your system can't handle, you know. But if you're not, you often can buy something that your system just can't handle. And that's the problem with a handheld, is that it's such a tight form factor that, you know, some corners had to be cut that you may not be able to play like the latest and greatest this or that. I mean, I think I saw some tech demos of really bad performance of the what was that? Cyberpunk on the Switch, right?
Right.
I was like, looks like it first released on the consoles here on the Switch, you know, when I saw that. So
I'm sure the Ally and I don't know spec wise, but I bet you that those are faster than what the Switch 2 is.
Yeah, I mean, because the Switch 2 is pricey, but it's not that pricey as the Ally X.
Right. True.
So I would imagine this thing better be the Switch 2.
It better be if it's double the price, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would like to compare the Ally, the Xbox ROG Ally versus the Switch 2, see how they compare, because that's more of a price comparison, right?
Right, the cheaper one, right? Not the X version or whatever.
Yeah, well, are they calling that just Ally?
I think it's just the Ally, Xbox Ally, and then Xbox Ally X or something like that.
Yeah, Ally X is the most expensive one. So yeah, I'd like them to just I'd like to see. I can't wait for Digital Foundry to get their hands on these and start doing teardowns and builds, because that's what I'm looking forward to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one thing I like about compared to, I mean, you could do it for sure, but one thing I like about the Legion, and I think the Ally's the same way, is it runs off Windows, and the Steam Deck runs off Steam OS. So that's the only disappointing thing about the Steam Deck, is I'd rather have.
No, dude. If I could, I'd run the Steam Deck OS on my PC, Steam OS on my PC.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean,
because I guarantee you. Let me see if I can find this. I wonder if it's the Windows IoT OS on the Ally. Let's see, Windows version on Ally X. Is it IoT? No,
I think it was Windows 11.
No, we're on Windows 11 Home.
Yeah,
I like Windows. I've made a career off of Windows, but home versions of Windows,
are not great.
And Windows 11, in all honesty, is it's probably I don't like it. I'll put it a step above ME
and Vista. I'll put it above Vista.
It's close.
It's 11's a mixed bag. Like, it has some good things,
right?
And it does work in some good ways, and then other ways it doesn't. Like Vista just didn't work worth a shit, and then and ME didn't either, right?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, it's not as good as 10 or 7, but it's, it's not as bad as the other ones. I don't know. It's like right in the center.
Well, you like here's my version of preference. It's 10.7 XP.
Yeah.
and then the, I don't know. 11 is just really, really janky with the way that it does certain things. I don't like it. And it's a resource hog and a half, but all Windows are, unless you want to do Windows IoT or Windows, what do they call it? LTSCs.
I just don't know how many things are compatible with SteamOS. Like, out of the box. Compare it to a Windows machine, right?
I think you can actually do it. You could, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Steam OS is Linux based, so there you go.
So anything Linux, right?
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, and as far as Linux goes, some of the newer Linux OS have come a long way. I mean, when you think about even thinking back like to Ubuntu, I mean, it's pretty much plug and play for the most part with like Ubuntu and all that. You're not going back to them. There are still some Linux OSs out there where you're manually putting in drivers and crap like that, which but we're not loading up like a OS like CentOS or something that's meant to run other things all command line, no GUI, right?
Right.
Because Steam OS has a GUI and you can install it on your PC. So
I guess you could like dual boot if you wanted to.
If you want to, or you could put it in like the Windows container.
Because I think even like I was reading online, like some people that have a Steam, or was it Steam Deck, or like the Legion, because there was a version of the Legion that was Steam OS, and then they had a version of the Legion, or maybe it was the Ally, I can't remember. That was Windows. Like the more expensive one was Windows, the cheaper one was Steam OS, and some people were dual booting with that and having both that they would load into, because certain things wouldn't work that they wanted to work in Windows or wouldn't work in Steam OS that they knew would work in Windows. So those things they would move over to Windows for, and the other stuff they would keep in Steam OS for.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be easier just to run all that stuff in containers these days, like a Docker container or something on a box, and just say, I want to load this Docker container and that Docker container, run every OS you want to play with.
Yeah.
Or just, like a Hyper-V isolated container or something. So, I mean, it is what it is. There's many ways to do this, but I think Microsoft is getting so bloated these days, and people are getting so disenfranchised with what they're doing. But at the same time, I feel that people hold on to technology too long too. I mean, look at Windows 11 is a perfect, or Windows 10.
Right.
They're sunsetting the mainstream support. Actually, mainstream support's gone. LTSC is still around. And then I think LTSC is like 2029 or 27. I can't remember the latest. And then Windows 11 Windows 10 extended support ends end of this year. So I don't know. I mean, Windows 10's been out since for 10 years now.
Yeah.
So people just don't want to change, right? I understand in a business case and a business use case, like a business invests and they're like, hey, we've got all these Windows 10 machines and you're saying no longer security supported. So I have to move my 200, 500 PCs to Windows 11. That's not an easy task, even if you're trying to do in-place upgrades.
But even for like customers, right? When you stop getting security updates for Windows and things like that, right? When they stop that support where Windows is not going to get any more patches, you definitely, as a consumer, want to, if you haven't already, move off of it.
Right.
Like, as much as you would love to hold on to it, like if you're going to be online and you're going to be installing stuff and doing various things like that, like,
as a gamer, it's a little easier, right? We're individual and you can make that decision whether you want to sit on an unsupported OS or move to Windows 11. I mean, I moved to Windows 11 myself.
Yeah, I run Windows 11 as well.
I did it back when it's been a year and a half or 2 years. It took some getting used to and some things I don't like, but you just got to play around with it. And you're like, I'm disabling this. I'm shucking this out the window,
Yeah, you got to customize it to what you want it to be.
Right. The problem is you get used to it, customize it, just about time we have to reload it again. But then you learn what I need to do. But then you're like, okay, I love this. I've got it to the place where I want. They've gotten rid of all the crappy Arrow stuff or whatever they've done. And now here we go. Here's Windows. I don't know. Windows double auth. I don't know what their next one's going to be, right, for that. And then here we go, 2 to 5 years later, we're going to get rid of that one and move to this other one. Because Microsoft has
I thought they said they were going to do like a, like Windows 12 will be just an upgrade. Like it's not going to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like your Windows 11 will just turn into Windows 12 and so on and so forth. Like they're not going to be like additions that we traditionally would see. It's just like, oh, here's a new update for Windows 11, which turns it into Windows 12.
I mean, but then what they're
like phones and stuff.
Yeah. But see, this bad thing about phones, right? This model will eventually stop allowing new upgrades.
Right.
And then so that's the worst fear with PCs. Or what's going to end up happening is, well, the OS on this is free.
Yeah.
It's Android, Linux based, right? So, whereas Windows, they're going to make you pay a subscription. Watch. Just like their Office product, right? You need to pay a subscription
for
to
360 and stuff.
Right. So I mean,
it's a part of your 360 package now. All your Windows updates.
Yeah. So I mean,
and you get 3 months of Game Pass with it.
Yeah. So I mean, I would like to, I would hope not, but who knows what Microsoft's going to do? They got to find new inventive ways to increase profit without increasing customer count.
Right. And Microsoft flip-flops so many damn times. Who the hell knows what they're going to end up doing?
Yeah. So it's interesting. I really figured they would have put like a Windows IoT on or LTSC or something on the Ally, but they put Windows 11 Home on it, which surprises me.
I'm surprised they put Home.
Ever living the shit out of it to me. I mean, it's cheapest of the OSs, but they do what they want to do. Windows, I mean, it's got to be some type of special edition stripped down because I mean, like I said, that's why I thought they would have put LTSC.
Nothing on it, right?
I mean, they removed all the domain level functions and things like that out of it, but I really figured they would have put if they're putting Windows 11 on it, they would have put like a Windows LTSC or something on it, which is like their stable, non-changing versions. But I don't know. It's hard to say what they're going to do, but I mean, we'll see. It sounds like a beast of a machine, but I am not. I will spend, I think, trying to think of what I spent on this current build. It might be 4 years old now. I think I spent about $1,200 on it, right? On this current build. No, yeah, it's more than that. I was just like, no, it was 14 because I pulled the video card out of my old one, stuck it in there temporarily because that was during the whole COVID, can't get a video card. And then I got a 4070 Ti Super in it. And so that's what I like, right? So the machine got 4 years old. I'm like, I need to get this 3060 out of there and threw in a 4070 Ti. So I spent $700 on that. So I do that every 4 years to keep the machine up to date, right? Until I'm going to get to a point to where the socket on this one won't take a new CPU or the memory that I get for it's just not worth it to keep it going, and I'll have to replace the motherboard. But at that time, the power supply connectors will be different, right? So I'll have to just replace the guts of it. But I can probably get 10 years out of a computer easily.
Yeah.
Just by swapping out components or, replacing. And so I did that initial $1,400 investment, get me 10 years. Whereas will this Ally X get you 10 years? Because you're not upgrading the graphics card.
Probably not. Right? But I mean, these handhelds are definitely for, if somebody wanted to use it as a device to hook into, to dock and play. Like I said, it's spec wise is not bad. And for somebody who's not techie, that might be a good option for them. If we lived in an environment where public transportation was highly a part of the community that you live in, right? Where we live, it's not, but not that we don't have it. We do. We just not as used heavily, right? People drive here. But if we lived in a city that didn't have that, then handhelds would be more of a want something like if you're sitting on the train or in the subway or something like that, or on the bus, you'll want something to occupy your time while you're doing that. So there are opportunities for it. It's just for us not as much, I should say.
Yeah, I'll stay docked most of the time, and then I should just got a PC. But yeah, I mean, it's got its market, and obviously it's got its market.
They made two, right? I mean, even the Legion made two, right? They're making their second one, which is coming out here soon, I think in October. The Ally, this is their second version. It's sold out. I think the Steam Deck does really well. So, these handhelds have done really well for Lenovo, Asus, and Steam and Valve.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, one of two things happened. Either a bunch of scalpers grabbed these thinking they were going to make out like bandits and nobody really wants it and they're going to get stuck with all of them, which is yay, good thing happening, or people really wanted them and bought them and got them and cool, even yay. So win-win, right? Win-win for Microsoft and gamers in general.
I'm hoping that the people that wanted one were able to pre-order one and not the scalpers. That's what I'm rooting for, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't want to pre-order one. I'm not interested in it, but for those that are, Like, I hope you were able to pre-order one and get it, and I hope you have fun with it.
Nick will have one before long.
If I were to get one, I'd probably get a Legion. I think that would be my.
You buy the Legion 2?
Yeah, I'd probably buy the Legion 2.
Legion 2 Go or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The high end.
I don't know. Or I would like to see Steam Deck come out with a new Steam Deck.
I thought I had read that Steam was looking to do a Steam Deck too.
They should, because theirs is a little long in the tooth as far as like its power and stuff like that. So compared to these newer devices, so it'd be awesome to do is to see a new Steam Deck version, a new version of it.
So yeah, who knows, man?
Who knows? But you got anything else you want to add?
Nope. If they really did sell out with people that wanted them, then more power to Microsoft. I'm a little jaded by them here lately, but I'm still glad that they're doing something here. But
sure.
So I mean, but this goes back to their anything's an Xbox, right?
Everything's an Xbox.
A ROG Ally is Xbox.
Yeah. ROG Ally, your Samsung refrigerator's an Xbox. So
yeah, everything is, your pacemaker, your IV drip.
And they said this is like off topic, but there was that Samsung. I read that article where there was a version of the Samsung Smart TV that's going to start showing ads. I can't remember which one it was, but on the screen on the front, I'm like, oh man, I'd be fucking pissed if it was the TV or a refrigerator is going to be showing me goddamn ads.
Yeah. So they're going to, I mean, but it's no different than like Xbox when they were advertising games.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Me neither. Hell no, I don't like it. I paid for this thing. I don't want to see ads on it.
Right. It'd be like if your PC, like Microsoft started running, didn't they do that at one time when in the start menu, they had like ads on the right-hand side or something like that for a little while? Then people were like, nah, like, fuck this shit.
Yeah. Everything is doing that though. We have why the heck we have Sling TV?
Mm-hmm.
You pay for that, but they show ads in the bottom right corner at times. I'm like, I don't see no damn ads. I pay you for this, but
they're
like,
it's just like Netflix and Hulu, right? The cheaper versions have the ads.
Yeah. And Amazon and Amazon TV. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous.
Garbage, man. It's like we cut the cord. Remember they'll cut the cord campaign?
Yeah.
Just to get away from commercials, and now they're back.
Hook that cord back up.
Yeah. They're like, hey, we have it was Netflix back in the day. It was like the big dog, and they're like, hey, no ads. And then we got Hulu, and you get all these others, and then Prime TV and all these other ones, and it was like no ads. Now it's like, hey, you want no ads, you pay the super expensive price.
Yeah, you pay the premium price.
Now you're like, hey, I got 4 subscription services. I'm back up to what I used to pay for cable TV. I made no grounds.
Right.
I cut that cord, and the cord wheels its way back in.
Hooked itself back up.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Let us know down in the comments below. Did you pre-order an Ally X or one of the new Xbox Allies? Let us know. And I don't know when they come out. I don't think it said in there when.
The 16th of October is what I thought.
Oh, was it the 16th? So not too long then.
I think. Let's see. I thought I saw something on release date. Or maybe. Yeah, launching globally on October 16th.
Oh, okay. Well,
that was like a short window, right?
That was a short window. And like they were still able to sell out. That's incredible in that short of a window. As people were maybe anticipating and holding money on.
Yeah, I wonder how long it was, how quickly it sold out.
I think it sold out pretty quick. Because it was like pre-orders were up, and then next thing you know, pre-orders were no longer up.
Yeah. I mean, interesting.
Yeah.
It's a little too pricey for my blood, but like I said, I'm not their demographic or their market for that item. So,
but if you pre-order one, let us know down in the comments below, and when you get it, let us know how it is. As much as we're not really interested in it, we still like tech, so
still want gamers playing games.
It's still cool stuff, regardless if we don't want it or not. So let us know down in the comments below. Other than that, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already. Help us out. Do us a favor. You made it to the end of us talking about the Ally. So you can hit that subscribe button and keep up to date with new videos that we do all the time. And we'll see you next time.